Expensewatch Expense Reports automates the entire expense reporting process, from report creation and approval through to reimbursement, reducing or eliminating the need for paper. At every step, your employees are empowered to efficiently and effectively perform their role in the expense reporting process. Expensewatch empowers submitters to easily create, submit, and track expense reports. You begin a new expense report by clicking Submit an Expense Report from the Home tab. Or you can click to the Expense Report tab and start a report from here. You can also create and submit expense reports using Expensewatch Mobile, which we will discuss momentarily. Here, you name a report to start a new one, or you can select a report already in progress. As you can see, we start by integrating many of the data sources you use to capture expense information, such as credit card transactions and booked travel itineraries, and enable you to drag and drop these expenses to quickly build your report. Personal and corporate credit card data fill in the majority of the information required on a line item. Integrated booked travel itineraries provide supporting travel information and an ability to represent booked versus actual expenses for a given trip. Maps and locations automatically populate mileage reimbursements and record other trip details. Expense line items can be manually added to cover cash out-of-pocket items such as cash tips. Our mobile app gives you all the tools you will find in the online system to easily create and submit reports directly from your smartphone. Credit card feeds and booked travel itineraries can be used to populate expense reports, and cash lines for cash out-of-pocket items can easily be added to the report. Our mobile app includes a rapid-fire receipt capture that lets you easily capture and upload receipts to an Expensewatch receipt queue for use later, whether you're building expense reports with the mobile app or through logging into the online system. Additionally, if a user submits expense reports on your behalf, the delegate would have access to these receipts while creating your expense report. You can also attach receipts at the line item of a report using your smartphone. In the online app, receipts can be attached from your smartphone, or by fax, or scanning and browsing. When you use the online software, attachments can be made at the top of the expense report or on individual line items. Visual policy cues help you stay within company spending limits before you submit a report. Multi-currency options use current or historical conversion rates to match receipt date, depending upon how it is configured by your administrator. You can allocate expenses across multiple departments, GLs, or projects. You file one report, even if there are multiple reimbursements, such as corporate and personal cards or cash out of pocket. You can review your report by expense line item, category view, or print view. You can save and close a report and come back to it at a later time. You can easily check the status of approvals for previously submitted reports. As a submitter, you will appreciate all the tools available to you in Expensewatch that empower you to easily create and submit your expense reports. Expensewatch empowers you to make intelligent, informed approval decisions. Approvers are notified via email when they have expense reports to approve. You can either log into Expensewatch directly or click in the link in the email. Once logged into the system, the approval inbox view shows a list of all transactions awaiting approval. In this view, summary information is represented, allowing you to quickly approve one or more transactions, assuming the Quick Approve option is turned on by your administrator. Or you can drill into specific transactions to view its line item details and supporting documentation to make approval decisions. The approval inbox is uniquely configurable, allowing you to see the information that is most important to you in the way that is most convenient to consume. Users can define the information they see for transactions in their inbox by using the column selection feature. Here, we can see all the data fields that are available for inclusion in our inbox. Columns can then be ordered in the manner most useful to you, using arrows in the column selector or by dragging and dropping the column where you would like to see it. Information can be configured by sorting any of the column headings. You can also create or clone new tabs with filters that will only show those transactions matching your filtering criteria. You also have access to historical information related to a transaction. And you can see the BU or departmental and GL account allocations for a particular transaction. From this view, you can also easily see if documentation or comments are attached to a transaction, inviting you to drill in to see more detailed information. We'll drill into this transaction now. There are 3 sections that comprise the transaction detail screen. The header area, which includes summary level information for this transaction, the middle line item section, and the bottom transaction reports section. The header section can be expanded or collapsed to provide more screen real estate for the line item detailed review. This area contains submitter and approver comments, approval workflow information, and attachments, if the submitter has attached them at the top of the expense report instead of at the line item. The middle line item detail section includes all the line items on a transaction, and, like the inbox, users have the ability to select which columns appear, the order that they appear, and also they are empowered with the ability to sort the line items by column headings. Line items of a transaction are initially shown in a summary form. You can drill in to see all details, including any comments or attachments. You have multiple ways you can view information about line items. The category view shows you the report summarized by category. You also have the ability to customize a report to print in this section. Simply check off the items you want to see, and that information will populate the report in the order that you made your selections. The receipt view allows you to cycle through all the receipts that have been attached either at the header or at the line item of this report. In the receipt view, you can see the expense details next to the receipt. If your administrator set maps to save as an attachment, you can review maps here as well. And lastly, the expense report items view, which is the default view when you drill into a transaction. You can drill further to each line item to see all of the expense details. Policy exceptions are automatically flagged and visible. You can approve or reject all items in this view, or approve selected items while rejecting others. You can save your approvals for this transaction in progress and come back to it later. You can add an additional reviewer on the fly and set up a delegate approver should you be out of the office. At the bottom of the details screen, you may have the option to leverage select analytical reports, such as budget versus actual, to assist your approval decision, depending upon the permission you've been granted by your administrator. The Maps and Location report is a good option to show expense information from a geographical perspective over time for any expense category for which it is enabled. Once you've reviewed all line items, selecting the Process button forwards approved items to the next reviewer in your approval queue, while rejected items are sent back to the submitter with comments for rework. Expensewatch Mobile also conveniently lets you review and approve expense reports from your smartphone. Approvers see the Approve button from the home screen. Any transaction awaiting approval, including expense reports, requisitions, and invoices, are all easily accessible. You can quickly approve any transaction, or drill into any transaction for closer inspection, including any receipts or documents that are attached. You can approve or reject individual line items or the entire report. When you process your selections, you send approved items ahead and rejected items back to the submitter to rework. As an Expensewatch expense report approver, you have a robust set of tools available to fully empower you to make educated decisions and approve spending with confidence. Expensewatch enables you to efficiently facilitate expense report reimbursements. Once reports have been approved by all approvers in your approval workflow, the report moves to designated accounting reviewers. The default approval inbox view shows a list of all transactions awaiting approval. The approval inbox is uniquely configurable, allowing you to add and order the columns that are most important to you. Users are empowered to define other inbox views. Filters can be used to create queues listing only a subset of the reports awaiting review, such as show only expense reports that are out of policy, show expense reports for a specific individual or transaction type, or even by approval status. As the accounting reviewer, you can have this summary inbox view or view the details of the entire report. The detailed view of the report allows you to perform a final review, viewing header information such as attachments and all prior approvals, including any comments that have been made. You can make any final changes that may be necessary before the report is finalized for reimbursement and integration with your accounting, ERP, or other systems. Once the report is reviewed and approved, reimbursements can be scheduled. Reimbursements can be completed via ACH, through your payroll provider, or another payment system, such as by check using your AP or accounting solution. Expensewatch also makes it easy to reconcile corporate credit card statements for timely payments. As an accounting reviewer, you can be assured that expense reports are approved and categorized correctly before reimbursing employees, paying corporate credit cards, and importing expense data into your accounting system. Expensewatch empowers executives with the window into all spending across your entire organization. At any time, you can view and analyze spending from a 360-degree perspective. By all spending, we mean money that has been spent, as well as money waiting in the pipeline to be approved or spent. By any time, we mean any day of any month or year you can get real-time snapshot of where spending stands. By a 360-degree perspective, we mean looking at all spending from a summary level all the way down to interrogating individual transactions for money in any stage of an approval process. Numerous standard reports are available with each subscription. An optional custom reporting module enables you to create custom reports and dashboards specific to the needs of your organization. By automating your expense reporting process, you'll save time and money while improving employee satisfaction with faster approval times and quicker expense reimbursements. You can empower budget owners in your organization to be accountable for the spending they manage. With spending visibility, you can better negotiate with vendors and provide better direction about how your employees can help your organization be more effective. What's more, you can trust that the controls and the spending policies you put in place are being enforced. With the visibility and control provided by automating spending with Expensewatch, you are empowered to manage your cash flow today and into the future. Not only can you stop spending before it causes serious cash flow problems, you can truly analyze spending to evaluate all areas where improvements can be made. As you can see, Expensewatch expense reports let submitters easily create and submit expense reports, while providing approvers and managers with complete visibility and control, empowering your entire organization to spend with confidence.